Hi, I'm Emma, and you're watching My Baby Way, and this is Uhtred. This is his 8-month update. So I thought we would do this one down here on the floor because he was down here playing. Yeah, he has been way more playful this month. He's learned a whole lot more about how to move and what is fun, and I think he just notices more. Don't you? Yeah. So, he has more fun every day. I keep saying that, but it's true. And he finally, I think I mentioned in the last video, he finally rolled over from back to front. And now he does it often. Sometimes he's lazy about it with me. With Jason, he's not, but with me, sometimes he is because he thinks I'll save him. He's like, help me. But he does that now every morning when he wakes up. He rolls over and starts to play with his hands and look around. And he's like, ooh, I want some toys to play with and everything. So he finally started rolling, which is exciting. And he just the other day started doing this like ninja reach thing because he's not crawling yet. He's been back scooting a bunch. He'll lift up his body like this, like, oh, I want to crawl, but then he'll just end up sliding backwards. Which, oh God, I can't even do that. It's like flexible baby. I can't do that. So we started doing this ninja reaching thing that I think means will be getting a lot closer to crawling because I can just tell he's starting to dig his toes in a little, like he might start army crawling or something. And he rocks like this, kind of, tries to chew the floor and wiggle his feet. But he started like lifting this one leg up in the air, like over the back of his head when he's trying to reach something, like the opposite foot of of the hand he's reaching with, like he's trying to balance himself. But it makes him almost fall over. It's hilarious. And he's actually kind of getting closer to what he's reaching for, so I think that's going to motivate him to try to move. Because the other knee tucks up under him when he does that. Mm-hmm. And so he can get a little further. He also does, like, all the time. He goes through phases where he goes, just crazy, like he's losing his mind, and like he barely is even breathing. He's just going so much. He turns like bright red. He's just so into it. He says da 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 a lot. Sometimes he'll whisper it and say da da da. I don't think he's using it for Jason though. I think he understands that we're saying it and he's copying us, but I don't think he knows who it's for. And he started saying what I think could be like a mama, but it's like more like Bob. So it's like Bob, Bob, like mom and Bob together. So I was thinking of how funny it would be if I turned out to be a Bob instead of a mom. Which would actually be pretty hilarious and would be fine. So anyway, he has 2 teeth. They're on the bottom. No, that's a hair. Let's not eat that. He pays really attention to detail. You can see that hair shining in the light, but he'll find like a tiny thing on the floor. He doesn't put stuff in his mouth yet. He doesn't, just like he also doesn't put food in his mouth. I know. We're doing a video. But he'll pick up like a little dog hair he finds, and he's like, ooh, because he's got his pincher grasp really going, and he just is really delicate. Like he's really focused on detail. So I think he's going to be a major detail-oriented kid. And then sometimes he's slamming his hand around, but he really likes detail, and he likes the pattern of things. Like we have a rug here with little squares in it, and he'll kind of trace the square. He thinks it's pretty. So he likes little details. That's kind of cool. Anyway, so he has 2 teeth. He got his first bottom tooth. Actually, the bottom tooth, same one that I had that's a weirdo tooth. It sticks up a lot. He got that incisor, his bottom right incisor first. And then just now, a couple days ago, his other one popped in, his other bottom incisor. He's been pretty good teething. The first tooth was a little bit easier on him than the second tooth. But he just kind of yells a little more. He doesn't necessarily cry a lot more. He just fusses, and sometimes he'll just yell even though he's not crying. Like it's just, everything's just so intense. And he'll just play and yell. And you see he's chewing on a lot of things, obviously. So which makes me think that even though his second incisor just came in, he's got another one coming soon too. Maybe an upper one or the other incisors on the side. So he also, because he's more mobile and he's like trying to crawl and trying to do different stuff and rolling over and stuff, he's definitely hurt himself a little bit more. Like he's about to bump his head on this wooden toy. But he's really good at getting hurt. Not like it's fun. It's really horrifying as a parent. But he recovers really quickly, and he doesn't get too upset about it. depending on how hurt he is, if he's a little hurt, you can just go over and be like, oh, you did a good job. That was great. But even when he's so upset and you can tell he's like hurt and you want to pick him up, he still stops really quickly. He stops crying really quickly. He doesn't work himself up. You can hear his feet kicking in the background. So that's the interesting thing about his personality. I kind of think his temperament is that he's pretty laid back, but excitable, like me. Like Jason's pretty laid back overall, and then I'm real excitable, like woohoo, woohoo. So I think he'll get that excitable stuff, but I think he's also going to be, oh, I don't really want any of that, but thank you. You can keep it. And, okay, so he laughs a lot more. He laughs at just random sounds. Like the cat was kind of hacking, like about to have a hairball the other day, going, and he thought that was hilarious. He started laughing at that. He really actually looks at the pictures in books now, as opposed to just, like, trying to chew on the page and look at the colors, I guess. He'll, like, actually go, oh, and, like, stare at pictures. Like, today he was looking at a book of colors, and there was a picture of a pig, and he really focused on the pig. And I think that's because we have pigs and he sees them a lot outside. We'll go out in the stroller and he'll sit and watch the pigs while we feed animals and things like that. He's been outside a lot more because the weather's been nice, which has been really awesome. This is him doing the rocking thing. And so that's been really fun to have him outside seeing all the animals. He really loves the ducks because they're so noisy and there's so many of them. And then he's been really enjoying the pigs too because their noises are pretty weird. Let's see. Things that he likes. Well, he likes most things, but lately he really likes standing up. Like if you prop him up, he can hold himself up and hit on like a table or a short table or something like that. He really likes doing that. He gets real excited. He really likes rocking, like on the floor, but especially when he's sitting, rocking back and forth. And he's getting good at not falling backwards anymore. So he doesn't fall over when he's sitting up much anymore. He only falls over kind of to the side, front, which then he turns into a let me curl up and like fall on my hands, but and avoid hitting my face, and usually he's fine, but he still doesn't have great control, obviously, because he doesn't see the fall coming. He's not old enough yet to kind of get that, but he doesn't really get hurt ever doing that. And there's a pillow behind him and around him sometimes, but he doesn't fall backwards really anymore, so that's kind of cool. I would never trust him on just solid floor. He needs something around him. Yeah, I know. There's some of the the D's coming out. And he's been saying more sounds lately. Like I think he said k-k-k yesterday when we were driving around in the stroller. Which of course I think, oh, he's saying cat. No, he's not. He's just saying sounds, right, Oobs? Yeah. So still I call him different nicknames. Call him Uhtred. Call him Oobies and Oobs. And hello. Thanks for my hug, Mr. Bananas. Getting a little hungry? He ate just a minute ago, but I don't know. I think he might be getting a little hungry. What you doing, Scooty? You chewing on me? He really likes solid food, so we've had more solid food, branching out with different types of things, and he really enjoys it, and he's getting really good at eating it. You're so silly. And he just goes and opens his mouth for it. But he still doesn't put any food in his own mouth, so I'll give it to him at the end of giving him food with a spoon, and he just plays with it, and he picks it up with his pincher grasp, and he really plays with it. See the detail? Like he really likes the little strands of hair. Like, ooh, what is this? And then also a bigger clump too. Gentle, please. I've been teaching him gentle, because sometimes he'll pinch me on the nipple when we're nursing. And I've been just started teaching him no, because this is like the first time he's done stuff that he needs to say. I need to tell him no about. Let's see if I can angle a little bit more towards him. He also has been laughing a lot more. I think I already said that, didn't I? Yeah. He's been laughing a lot more. He plays really well by himself, like I said, in the morning. He also plays really well by himself during the day. Especially now that he's good at moving, he can kind of spin in circles and find toys around him in a circle. So I kind of lay a bunch of things around in a circle, and he can find those things. I think he'll probably crawl pretty soon. I think he'll probably crawl in the next few weeks or something. But, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. I thought he was going to roll over way earlier, and he rolled over much later than the norm is. So, we'll see. He's really stocky and huge. He's still chubby, but he's not, like, as chubby as he was, like, proportionally. But he is, like, really dense and heavy and so strong. You try to hold his arms still to, like, clip his fingernails, which he actually enjoys. But he really wants to look at what's going on, and he's like a horse. He is so strong. He nurses a little less often. Maybe he'll go 2 hours between nursing. At night, he goes much longer because he only wakes up once or twice at night. But so he doesn't really nurse that much less. Although I do know I'm making a little less milk because I guess he nurses once or twice less during the day, which means I'm going to make less milk. But even though he's been eating a good bit he eats really nutrient-dense solid food, like liver and egg and all that kind of stuff, he still is nursing a lot. So I guess he's just hungry. I'm a hungry person. That's okay with me. Fat baby's a good baby, so... well, any kind of baby's a good baby, but I like him fat. That's fine with me, because he's still really strong and can move and stuff. I'm thinking he probably weighs around 22 pounds now. The last time I weighed him, I think I mentioned he weighed like 20 and some, but he's definitely heavier and stockier. So I'm thinking that's how much he weighs now. And he has a whole lot of hair, too. You can see his hair's really grown in. And sometimes it looks blonde, sometimes it looks brown. It just depends on, I think the sun, it's like mine. It's like my color now, even though I think it'll be darker when he's older. But like if the sun is on my hair for like 3 hours, it lightens up so much. It's crazy. I think that's what he has with his hair. Like he just gets a little bit of sun on his hair and he just looks like a blondie. Even though he's not, So that's the update, the 8-month update. Time is flying. He does this a lot more too, a lot more just chatting. And I think this in particular is especially a teething thing because he stopped babbling for a while when he wasn't teething between the 2 teeth. And now that he's teething again, he's doing a lot more babbling. He went off to the side, eh? So thanks so much for watching. And I hope you enjoyed this 8-month update for Uhtred. And we'll see you next time for 9 months. We'll see what sort of exciting things are happening. Okay, bye. Can you say bye-bye? Bye-bye.